So welcome, a very good morning and a warm welcome to all of you joining near and far at home, your workplace, or you traveling in car. UNIMA Puppeteers Trust India welcomes you to its second edition of ANUBHAV. UNIMA Puppeteers Trust India is the National Center of International Association of Puppeteers. UNIMA, Union Internationale de la Marionette. It is the platform for exchange and networking to share between people who practice puppetry, work on this art, and are passionate about this art. UNIMA is present in more than 90 countries. It is the oldest international theater organization in the world. UNIMA is a non-government organization affiliated to UNESCO. Its members, who come from all over the world, contribute to the development of puppetry art. It also supports meetings, conferences, exchanges, and collaborations, opportunities to operate with people in all areas of puppetry like therapy, teaching, training, research, documentation, collection, exhibition, etc., and supports collecting and distributing information and publication about research, courses, and workshops. Anubhav is an attempt by UNIMA Puppeteers Trust India, where we meet the puppeteers, master puppeteers from traditional or contemporary practices, explorers, practitioners, trainers, mentor, therapists, filmmaker, enthusiasts in the puppetry world from every corner, one-on-one live on online platform to know each other closely, getting inspiration and learning by sharing the experiences and to build better networking with strong roots. A little announcement, please keep your mic on mute or you can put your video off if you feel your network is unstable. You can please write down your questions in the chat box during the session. We will take all the Q&As in the end of the session. Now I invite Ratnabala ma'am, the puppeteer senior most UNIMA member, the editor of our newsletter and co-host of Anubhav, requesting you ma'am to please introduce our today's guest and begin the session ahead. Over to you, Ratnabala ma'am.
Namaste to all. Welcome to the second session of Anubhav. Our first Anubhav session was indeed enlightening. We had master puppeteers Dadi Padamji and Puran Bhatt exchanging their views, telling us all about their journey and how they collaborated together. And in case you have missed out on it, it is available on the YouTube. Please do watch it. Puppeteer Ranganatha Rao, and his son is going to take us through his journey. But before that, let me just read a little bit about the master puppeteer, late Shri M.R. Ranganatha Rao, master puppeteer of the Rangaputhali puppet style of Karnataka. Late Shri M.R. Ranganatha Rao, founder, director of Rangaputhali Puppeteers, contributes a major share in showcasing the rare art of known as rod-cum-string puppets of India, also known as Mudrika-style puppets. This puppet form is also famous as the Rangaputhali style, which is a unique art form of India. His source of inspiration was none other than his own grandfather, the late Narsingappa, prestigious title holder of the Sutra Brahma, Abhinaya Kesari, Panchalika Shiromani, presented by Nalvadi Krishna Raja Udayar of Mysore dynasty. In 1977, Mr. Rao met the famous Srimati Kamala Devi Chattopadhyay in the Indian Institute of World Culture in a lecture, wherein Kamala Devi Chattopadhyay mentioned late Narsingappa and his attractive puppets. Having introduced himself as his grandson, Mr. Rao took the trouble to bring those puppets from Agalakote, a tiny village of Magadi town of Bangalore rural district. How he transformed those puppets and gave them a new touch by not disturbing the traditional blend and retained the same glory of Narsingappa's puppet form is a story which we will have to hear from Srinivas and his family. 1978, after discussion with Srimati Kamala Devi Chattopadhyay, and based on her suggestion, Mr. Rao, government job teacher, and took initiatives in reforming this rare art form of India. His efforts resulted in his first performance of Sri Krishna Parijata, which was a grand success. It took Mr. Rao to AIR Akashvani, Bangalore, Kendra, and many other places. In 1981, so in 1981, Mr. Rao received the National Sangeet Natak Academy Award. And in 1987, Mr. Rao traveled to Japan to participate in UNIMA International Puppet Festival with a new puppet show script, Narakasura Vadhe, which is of Yakshagana-based form. They were honored as the best traditional team from India. Mr. Rao traveled to Los Angeles, Washington, D.C. to give the puppet show performance. His puppets are displayed in Los Angeles County Museum of Art. He traveled to Switzerland to make the Garudi Bombay giant puppet for the museum, which was run by John Binschedler. These Garudi Bombay were made with light wood materials, such as by using the bamboo sticks, gunny bags, wood bush, and the face was made by using the paper mache and sawdust form, and were displayed during the cart procession in Pribor city. Mr. Rao served as visiting professor for 10 years in Poland and Austria, and also trained. Mr. Rao's puppetry-related work can be found in Janapada Loka Folklore Museum of Karnataka, Bimba Art Hub, Rishi Valley School, and Ishkon centers as well. Mr. Rao was the director of Puthol 91, a national puppet festival where I had the opportunity, the privilege of meeting him and interacting with him, and also served as the director for the Children Puppet Festival in SAARC Festival at Bangalore. He has trained, I'm not telling all, showcasing all that in his PowerPoint presentation. He has trained many students and helped many puppet troupes to continue this rare art form in Karnataka. Dattatreya Arilekate, prestigious national awardee and Sangeet Natak Academy awardee, Sri Narahara Shastri of Sutra Mela, Vivekananda School, and Srimati Anupama Hoskare, Sangeet Natak Academy awardee, are some who were trained by him. Mr. Rao also formed one female-oriented team in Mulbalgalu, what is that? To give a puppet performance in Mysore. Mr. Rao received the Yakshagana Partisubba Award in 2014 and Karnataka Rajyotsava Award in 2015. And finally, the Kamala Devi Chattopadhyay Award by CCRT in 2017 for his extensive work in puppetry. Now, Mr. Rao's sons, Mr. Vijay and Mr. Srinivas, and his wife have taken the responsibility to retain this rare art form. They have implemented new techniques and developed new scripts without disturbing the traditional blend. Mr. Srinivas, who is the director of Rangaputhali Puppeteers, and Mr. Vijay have succeeded in giving more than 7,000 puppet show performances across the globe. They have also won many awards, and now we will listen to him in person, listen to them. But before that, let me offer our condolences on behalf of UNIMA to you, your family, and we hope that you will be getting over it. And we're very happy to know that you're keeping up your father's tradition and doing a very good job. Now over to Srinivas.
Thank you, Rathamalaji. And firstly, I'm thankful for UNIMA Puppeteers Trust India for giving me this opportunity and also this platform to speak about my father. As Rathamalaji has briefly told about everything about my father, and all rest of the thing, what all the major milestones in his life, what we have seen. Thank you once again. And before I start, I would like to introduce myself as M.R. Srinivas, and he is my elder brother, M.R. Vijay, and he is my younger brother, Chaitra. All of us actually, we are in the same patronage to continue this rare art form, and also we work together, and also we'll start coming up with a new process, and also we'll start giving the new life to the same traditional oriented puppetry. Once again, I'm thankful for UNIMA Puppeteers India Trust, and also I hope the same support will be extended to us what it has been given to my father and also the puppeteers. Thank you so much. Here I'll be presenting a PowerPoint presentation which I had done it for my father. Screen share. Can you able to see my screen now?
Yes, we can see. We can
You can
see.
see. Please continue.
Okay. As father has, because he has given the more glory for this art from grandfather, he has carved many of these puppets, and also it's a small tribute, and also what all his work is there. Just I'm showing up to you.
Can you see the slide changing now?
Yes,
Manish?
it's
Okay,
fine. It's
thank
fine.
you.
Please continue.
Okay. Okay. So here I have shared 4 photographs of it. Actually, where as my father is basically he was from the theater background and all. He has directed a first play called as Cinderella, which is a children-oriented play, and also he has got a first prize from the Honorable Governor of India in the year of 1975. After even though he was a teacher in his early profession and all, he took the patronage to continue this rare art form. He got inspired from Srimati Kamaladevi Chattopadhyaya, and he brought those puppets from Agalakote, a tiny village in Magadi town. After discussing with Srimati Kamaladevi Chattopadhyaya, he brought these puppets from Agalakote. Before that, my great grandfather, who's known as Bombay Narsingappa in most of the town in Magadi and all, he was also got many awards like Abhinay Kesari and also Panchalika Nutana Shiromani and Sutra Brahma from Nalmadi Krishna Rajavadiyar of Mysore dynasty. And also the specialty of these puppets, actually what it has been seen, most of the puppets are in a Kuchipudi style format actually, because my great grandfather who was performing it was he used to perform with like Sri Krishna Parijata, his was a signature play, what we can tell nowadays. So it was more influence, it has got more influence on the Bhama Kalapam of Kuchipudi style, which is from Andhra Pradesh. So then my father took the same puppets and also he has reformed it. He has given a new, most of the colors and repaired those things, and also he has given his first performance in Kumaravyasa Mantapa in 1978. This is the second photo, which is exhibiting that actually where the crowd was a heavy crowd. He has come up with these ideas, and also he has given the first play. The third picture, which is showing that one how he has trained with the team. Because most of the people, they don't know that one how to handle the puppets and what all the things means actually for which action, what all it has to be given or and all. So he has the third picture is about giving the training for the team. The fourth one it will be for the Puttan 91, where he was the director for the National Puppet Festival, and also he was the during the SARC summit. Actually, he was the director for the Children Puppet Festival as well, where Tamara Nuriji and also Mara contractor and so many people were there. I'm thankful for that. And this slides explain about after bringing the puppets and all, he has started repairing some of the puppets, and also he has carved it, and also many of the things he has given in a new look. These 3 photographs, which shows that actually our house itself, it has turned into a kind of a workshop where you can see, and also brother and also my mother as well. And also this is a 3rd photograph which shows the team actually, and also how the stage part it was designed during that time, and these are some of the photographs of it. And during this time, actually, he has not changed any kind of a virginality of it. He has retained the same virginality of Singapore, what he has found it. And he is giving the new look, maybe a little bit tough repairing or something like that. And also within a new look, probably the dressing and everything, it has changed and something like that. After many days, he has started traveling to many countries, and also not only he has started giving the puppet show performances, he has traveled across globe, I can tell, many of the countries, and also in India. And also he has given a new style of he has introduced a new style of making the puppets by making making use of the sawdust and something like that, and also with paper mesh and everything. He has started doing the mold. You can just see in the first photograph. Can I able to see this one? Yeah, this is the mold form. This is the mold format where the sawdust, from the sawdust, the facial mold can be molded like this, and the same thing, it will be getting pressed. And after that, if the impression has been covered for the wood, so the face will come back. So the tiny, a little bit of a by miniating the nose and also the eyes part, and also by keeping the ears and everything, if a proper face can be covered. Now, after that, the final part, it will be for like this. After the painting, it looks like this.
That's beautiful.
And in the second, the 3rd and the 4th photograph, which you are seeing, which resembles actually after completion of the puppet, we started giving before we give the play and everything, we have to start like a practice session. For that, actually, you can just see these photographs. Here we have not changed anything of the traditional blind. We have retained the same thing, but in a new look. After this, actually, my father has traveled to many countries across, even including Japan, Los Angeles, and also Poland and Austria and all. So here, it's a milestone to when he has traveled to Switzerland. It was a big milestone to him. Why I'm telling is he has made the Garidi Bombay, which is having about 12 feet approximately in the height. And these puppets are made up with the local materials, which is being which were used during the time, because it could be kind of a gunny bags or paper mesh or even for some bamboo sticks and all. So because actually for getting these materials from India to there and all, it was difficult during that time. So he has used the same, what are the local materials which are available in Freiburg city. So he has made these puppets, and these puppets were displayed during the Freiburg. It's a car festival or something like that used to happen in every year. So these puppets are still in Freiburg Museum of Jane Van Schittler. And during the time, even many times, actually, he used to convey one message. Actually, puppetry, it should be used as an infotainment and also edutainment. It's not only, it should not be get limited only for the entertainment purpose or something like that. See, in the puppet itself, we can just see, we can able to study something, and also we can able to learn more about it actually. So it has to be used as an edutainment as well. So it's a kind of it is passing on the message so that it can be used as an infotainment as well.
Just a small trivia here. You see the blue sari there. He actually took 5 saris in a suitcase and stitched all of them together to make one long sari, and then used that to drape the giant puppet here.
So here, after coming back to India and all, he has given more concentration for to get continued with this area from by giving the under the Guru Shishya Parampara. He has trained Sri Dattatreya Yaradikatte and Anupama Huskar, and also Srikanta is one of my cousin who's in Mysore. So all they are giving their own kind of a contribution towards this art. And also Swami Vivekananda School as well. Including that one, even Sri Narhari Shastri, one of my relative here, they are also, and his children also, they are giving a more contribution towards this art. So by looking into this one, so that we can just tell that one same Puttali, Rangaputhali style of puppets, it has continued its journey for about 50 years from 1978 till date. So in another 6-7 years, actually, we are going to complete about 50 years of Rangaputhali tradition. So that by the time actually, what are the puppets, it can be seen across Bangalore or wherever it is actually, in maybe in some part of Karnataka. So it will be for the Rangaputhali style of puppets only, which is more into the specialty by kind of a mudrika style of puppet. In most of the puppets' hands have been carved in such a way, which is known as a mudrika style, which is used in most of the dance forms and also in yoga form as well. In the last of the session, I'll be presenting how it is being manipulated and also how the puppets are being manipulated, what all it is, it resembles and everything. I'll show you in the last of this slide. And here is the list of the honors and also the awards what he has got. He got the prestigious Sangeet Natak Academy National Award in the year of 1981, and also he was when Rangaputhali team was traveled to Japan while performing during the UNIMA International Puppet Festival, which was held in Japan in 1987. Rangaputhali team got the best traditional team from India honor, and also my father's puppets are being seen in Victoria Albert Museum, Swiss Puppet Museum, and also Tokyo Puppet Museum, China Puppet Museum, and also in specialized puppets. He has dedicatedly made it for ISKCON as well. And in the year of 2000.
We lost your voice, sir.
Can you hear now?
Can you hear now?
Yes, you are back. Yes.
Yakshagana Participant Award by Karnataka Ballet Academy in 2014 and Karnataka Rajyotsava Award by Karnataka State Government in the year of 2016 and Kamaladevi Chaitra Award in 2017 as well. And this legacy in the same tradition is being continued by us, myself, Vijay and Chaitra, because all of us giving our own kind of a like a contribution toward this art to retain this art and also revive this art form. As Vijay is very much familiar in making the puppets, and also even Chaitra is also very familiar in this one, and also he has conducted many workshops for the children actually, because actually he involves in this activity that actually he himself, he thinks that actually the puppets can be run through with the schools or something like that, so that actually the children will automatically get interacted with it, and also they'll get the interest about this one. So he is concentrating on this one. Here these two puppets are about his only, and the first two puppets where Vijay is making some puppets of it. And apart from that, actually here we are continuing the same glory of the same rich traditional rod cum string puppet legacy actually. So here are some of the photographs. where the first one which you are saying performing Ganesh Puja, I think you can, if you can zoom in so that you can just see this Ganesh idol, which is having a history of about more than 300 years ago, because this was carved by my great grandfather Sri Narsingappa. The speciality of this idol, until date, we have not used any kind of a enamel paint or acrylic color. It's a natural vegetable dyes which is being used for the coloring this puppet actually. Till now, we are retaining the same one with the same, what do you call, uh, uh, with the same dedication, I can tell. We are even till now, what are the performances we have given for more than 7,000 performances and all. This Ganesh is with us only for all the 7,000 performances. We are keeping it for the puja purpose only. And the second one, it will be for Narkasur Vada. For this performance only, we have given it in Japan's International Puppet Festival, and this is about Ramayana, which we have started very recently, and this is about Sri Krishna Parijata, and these two scenes are from Sri Krishna Parijata, and this is about Swami Vivekananda puppet show, which we have recently introduced last year. Actually, they were the first to introduce the Swami Vivekananda puppet show in India. So this is one of the photo, and also this is about when I am doing the puppet workshop as well as for puppet training workshop. And not only that, actually, just go back from previously. The puppets, what it has been seen now, we are giving only for mythological characters or mythological stories or something like that. We have started doing the contemporary style also, but not disturbing the traditional orientation. Where here actually can I can think one thing actually, where the tradition meets technology, any puppeteer can continue his work and also he can grow himself. So that's what actually we have made this kind of a puppet, where in this photograph where you can able to see, even though our puppets, most of the puppets do not have legs, each puppet weighs about 10 to 12 kg. We have made it in a lighter version, and also we have added the legs to those puppets. Here also we are not breaking any kind of a tradition, with the same puppet's hand and everything, which is being carved in this same mudrika style. There are 2 iron rods connected to the puppets, and also the 3 strings were connected to the ring of the puppet, and also the puppet here moved it. I'll be showing it, how it is being manipulated and all. So this is our team, the last part. And here it's our address.
Maybe we can take some questions in the chat box. We have a question from Garima ji. She's asking, are these walk around puppet? Maybe she's asking about the giant puppets which you have, Sari.
Yes, Garima ji, those are all walk around puppets only, because the puppeteer actually wears it on himself only. It's called as Garudi Bombay in Canada. I think it's a giant puppet in in Delhi and all, in most of the places actually they wear it on their body, and they come across the function and everything. The same similar thing only, ma'am.
Right. Thank you, sir. And there is another question from Krishna Kumar ji. She's asking, sir, which material is used to make the body of the puppet?
Here we do have 3-4 different variety of woods actually. Particularly for the head and everything, we use the shivane, with the local wood which is being served in Chenapatna and all. It's a kind of a rubberized wood, where we can able to carve it more into the front, because we can able to carve it so technically, because even the eyelashes and also some the ear part and also nose part and everything. Nowadays we are not using, as we are using the molded and all. We are not using. Earlier when my father was using, he was using the shivane, and for the body and everything, it was like a kind of a Burga or even Ale, because actually it's a kind of a lightweighted. It's not of a lightweighted, but I don't think it can sustain the weight of the puppet. And the hands and everything, it will be again for Shivani or even for Atti. Means actually there is a local wood actually which is available in towards Mysore Road and or here only.
So generally the body is the lightweight, and everything else is the Shivane wood that Srinivas just explained. So the Shivane wood is easier to carve. You can do all those intricate carvings that Vijay is able to carve. The body is the lightweight.
Right. And we have another question, like you mentioned about Guru Shishya Parampara. So how does it work, and how Shishya approach to Guru, and what are the things in between in this process? Please.
Yeah. So here, most of the interested students, they wanted to come and also they wanted to learn it. The same pattern it has been continued, and also in this context, Dattatreya Alikante or even for Narari Shastri and also Anupama Hoskera and also many of the like overseas students like Reni Bowers and also even John Ben Schiller's son, Nicholas also he has learned it. It's not as a proper like a proper guidelines which has been there to or something. Overall comes in actually when they wanted to learn voluntarily he used to teach us it.
Nice.
Daddy has a question.
Yes, Daddy sir has a question. He raised hand. Daddy sir, yes, you can please ask your question. You can unmute.
Please, Daddy.
Can you hear me? Yeah.
Yeah, please go ahead.
First, nice to see you all. Deepest condolences. I have a few questions. One is that you said you are carved, the face is carved in a block, and then on top of that you are doing molding with sawdust, right? Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So
yes.
So the
same
sawdust.
way.
So this is the block. Yeah. And then on top of that you are making the.
It will be covered with the.
Right. This sawdust, are you using a glue, or are you using tamarind imli this thing, powder?
No, Dadaji, earlier we are using it for tamarind paste only, jo imli ka paste jo milta tha na wahi.
Right.
So down the line, what it used to happen is even we give it for the dry or even for something and all, it started decaying it actually. Even so, then we have stopped it, and also we are continuing with the same Fevicol or something like that. Okay. We are continuing it because actually it has got more bondage than imli paste.
But when you're using Fevicol, and you are molding, does it dry inside? Because sometimes the top cover starts drying and inside doesn't dry, so it takes longer, right? Or how do you manage?
Yeah, hardly matters even for us itself. For making the puppets, it takes about we keep a margin of 12 to 21 days.
Right.
So in a different process, once actually the block is ready and all, so we first actually we give it for this this kind of a mold with this kind of a face actually for the mold. We first actually we'll see that actually how it has been dried in the outer surface, and also after that one we turn this side also we'll wait for the get it dry, let it dry for the inner part as well. So once we see that one actually we test it out whether in case of any kind of a breakage or cracks if there are something like that. If it is there, again we'll mesh it out and also we start doing it like that.
So this is an innovation, right? That you all are doing.
Yeah, it's an innovation.
Okay.
It's innovation. In addition to this one, for some of the puppets, we are using the a kind of a small piece of cloth. Maybe either it could be a dhoti kind or something like that. So we'll cover up with the face so that actually none of the cracks are being seen outside.
Right.
Like that. Sir.
Another question is the loha, the steel rods. Okay, who is making them? They are lohars. Who are the people? Because that joint also, with the clip.
Yes.
Who is making these? These you all are making, or you're getting that made?
No, I'm getting that made actually. And according to the customized, we're getting that made because for certain puppets. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Please go ahead.
Because there's a very interesting connection bit of the steel rod. If you have studied
Yes, sir.
the Sicilian puppets, Sicilia from Italy, Sicilian
Sure.
marionettes, if you see that they are also using the steel rods, very heavy puppets, and the connection is the lohar, the gypsies. They are the ones who are making it for even in Sicily now. Now they're almost finished, so the puppeteers are trying. But originally they were made by the lohar, by the blacksmith. Like we have
Yes,
The
blacksmith.
same here.
With the
Yeah,
same,
same
the same
and the
here.
gypsies, because they said those are the only people who could make that little hook flexible and that thing. So that's an interesting. I think there's an interesting connection to study this. You know that where it has come from, the rod. Two totally different places, you know, working with this sort of puppet.
Yes,
Someone
sir.
should do a
Yes, sir.
connection there. That is interesting. And now the same question that even Manish asked about the Guru Shishya, because earlier it was that Guru and it was only in the family and nobody else. And now, okay, you have Hoskore and you have Dattatreya, these people who have either learned from you or taken from you, I cannot say. But what do you think about that? What do you
One
feel?
thing for, yeah.
Because
for
what I notice is I may be wrong, but I am not a traditional puppeteer. Okay. Now, if I take who is close to me, Puran Bhatt or his tradition, and start a Rajasthani Kathputli, somehow it will never be the same. It will be something that has been taken, and only on the face value it will be looking that way. But there is so much behind it which will not be, imbibed. This is something that I'm always interested to find out. How does this work, or how does the Guru feel? Because even when I asked Chidambara and all that, he said nobody wants to learn. And so I'm okay, I will teach other young people. Whoever wants to learn, I will show them the technique, or I will show them how to tan leather, or things like that. So it's interesting to know a view from you all also.
Definitely, Dadaji. First, for the first question, for the like Aloha, what you are asked now, for that actually no doubt actually we get it made with the local persons only according to our requirement.
Right.
Where the connection it has to be there with the hand portion till that what do you call that, till the rod it gets connected, because actually we want certain measurement according to that actually we will maintain it. And for some rods we have customized it actually, where in case of the warrior puppets like Narkasura Vadha, when we are using Narkasura, or even for Murasura, or even for Indra and all, along with the rod we start using the weapons as well. To give the, means actually the along with the rods what is being connected to the puppets, we attach to some of the weapons, like it could be a mace or even for sword or something like that. So for those things actually we have changed we have modified it actually. So where the mace itself, it can be get connected to the rod itself. So when it connects actually it holds on the rod, something like that, which gives the grip to the puppet.
Okay.
So it's a kind of a new invention what we had did it. So this for the second one, which you are asking for the Guru Shishya Parampara and all, no doubt actually we have started doing it, but most of the youngsters, what they feel is first question they'll ask, because handling the puppets of about 10 to 12 kgs and everything, it is very difficult. So they'll ask the first question, can it be reduced to some lighter version or something like that? If we start doing the lighter version, we can't able to give the motion, because actually here the most of the puppets face are in a fixed context. We can't give any kind of a maukika abhinaya as per the dramatical word. Means actually we can't give any kind of a expression through our face. Only it has to be manipulated, and also it has to be given with the angika abhinaya. Means actually the body language, or even for this thing. So we can't reduce it. That is a second glitch what we are having it here. Here, for no doubt, actually, it's when it is being used as a traditional puppet form or something, we are finding it very some sort of a difficult actually. Even most of the newcomers are not coming, so they are more concentrating on the kind of a contemporary style, or even for a new style, or even for the some sort of exciting which is giving for the public and all. So just we are struggling hard, but overall interested to come, definitely we'll train them.
Right.
Yeah.
It's not
Thank you.
only for family oriented, or even for only for this community or something like that. Overall interested, we are ready to train them.
Right. Thank you, sir. Thank you for your answer. Maybe we can look over on some demonstration of your puppets and your father's little demonstration.
And thanks to Dadi, some very, very interesting
Yes,
points
thank
have
you.
come up. Very interesting points have come up, which as puppeteers, we should all consider. Thank you
Yes.
very much, Dadi.
Great questions. Thank you, sir.
Just I'll be showing it how the puppets are being manipulated just before that. See, these are all the puppets, which is known as Satyabhama. Can you able to see?
Yes, yes, we can see.
Yes.
Speakers.
As earlier I have told,
Why is not spotlighting?
Can we see the
till the
speaker?
body, till the
yeah.
body its height itself, which is about nearly nearly 2 feet. So if we add the sari or even for the long gown or something like that, the puppet's height gets increased actually. Okay, so as per the traditional form, it is there because you can just see the Surya and Chandra, which is being used in most of the Kuchipudi style of dance form. Even the earrings, mukti and everything, and also the jewels also.
All from Andhra Pradesh.
Yeah. Rightly said. This is
Not
kind
as a
of,
Kuchipudi dancer, she wears all these.
yeah, same thing, Jadavile and all. Yeah. These things.
Yes,
Okay.
that's a
So
specialty.
then, yeah, that's a specialty in Kuchipudi dance form. See. As I had told you, that actually these puppets are being carved in this style, which is known as a mudrika style. It's also known as chin mudra, which is being used in most of the dance forms and also in yoga. Okay, the hands are being carved in such a way, and that is this is the actually see this is the rod which has got a kind of a actually, so it's very flexible over here. It can be covered with the or locked with the rubber groove. So if at all we are moving any kind of a hand, so it won't come out. So for this kind of a hand, we connect this rod and lock it with a rubber groove. And there are 3 strings are being used here, 1, 2, and 3. These resembles as Brahma, Vishnu, and Maheshwara. And these 3 strings are being connected to a ring, smaller ring, with appropriate one. a puppeteer.
We have the question from Padmini ji. She's asking about what is the length of these threads which is controlling from head to the body of the puppet, and length of the rods for controlling the ends.
Yeah, it's about approximately 2 feet. The length of the rod will be there. Strings actually we make it adjusted according to the puppeteer's height. Okay, so if now in the normal, actually it will be for about 1.5 to 2 feet. Like this, it will be. I'll play my name. I'm going to share the audio. Just I'll be
No,
showing
we
it.
have to see the dance. Satyabhama's
Yeah,
dance.
sure. I'll be showing it. I'll share it. Share with the audio format.
Audio, yes.
Okay. Can you able to see now? Can you able to listen it?
We can.
Can you able to listen it?
Yes, but
Can you hear the music?
yes, we
Manishi,
can
can
listen. Yes, we are able to listen your.
Okay. Okay. I'll play man. Starting in the night. Starting in the.
Maybe.
What
Can
we can do
we
is,
can-
Manish, everybody can pull the sidebar on a screen so that there becomes bigger and the music screen becomes smaller.
Yes.
Drag it pull and make that window big. Beautiful.
Beautiful. Thank you, sir.
And this is the form of where we can see it in a Kuchipudi dance form, where Rani Satyabhama is giving curse to Marmatha. as a Marana and with his singing and everything. It is called as Manmata Dushana or even for Chandra Dushana, where actually he feels his loneliness by even the moonlight's light itself. It start giving the heat to herself. So she's cursing the moon as well for that, where Krishna has not come to the house. So he's showing her bitterness, sadness, and everything through the song. This is the only small glimpse of it, actually.
We have a question from Krishna Kumarji. He's asking, sir, Rukmani puppet have no foot. Is it enough the sari?
Sorry, once again, can I have the question?
Rukmani puppet have no foot. Is it enough the sari length? Like sari is enough, I think.
Yes, Krishna Kumarji, because actually, as I have told that actually most of the puppets, we do not have, those puppets do not have legs actually. So we cover these puppets with the puppets long skirt or the sari or the whatever the dress material it is. If you look at the Krishna, not only for Rukmini or Satyabhama, even for Krishna also, which does not have the leg at all.
Oh.
It's been covered with the long skirt. So what we do is actually we keep a track of this puppet's height when it touches to the ground level. So we'll make sure, and also we'll ensure that actually it should not float on the ground. There won't be any kind of a gap in between the ground level and also the puppet's long skirt ending portion. So the puppeteer has to look into that part every time actually. Not only by holding the puppets on the head, so he is to look below that. Actually, the puppet's long skirt, it has to touch to the ground level. It should not it should not get up or something like that. So that the puppet it looks like a, even for some sort of odd, and also it feels like some sort of floating over there. It should not happen. Not only that, actually, when we, apart from that, when we do have some, in the contemporary style, we have added some legs also.
Right. And we have another question from Jyoti Gandhi ji. He's asking how much time it will take to make one puppet.
For these puppets, it takes about approximately 20 to 30 days approximately, because actually in most of the part actually it has to get dried. As earlier I have told, for the mold and everything, it has to dry from the inner portion, like interior as well as exterior part as well, and for the painting and everything, about 20 to 30 days.
Right. Thank you for your answer. I hope Jyoti Gandhi ma'am got her answer. And there is another question to you, that as in your PPT, you mentioned that now you're continuing the legacy. So how does it work? The training system in the family, the tradition, how this system works, how you got your training from childhood? Is it from by birth? And how does it work now in the modern time when you can continue with the technology and schools also? Can you please put light on this area?
Sure. My father, he has trained all of us actually, myself, Vijay and Chaitra, during our childhood itself. So we took our own initiativeness and what all the part of interest, and also we have taken it forward. So as Vijay and also Chaitra, they are more into expertise in making the puppets as well. I take part of the a puppet production, and also for the direction part, and also for writing the new scripts and everything. Overall, I'll take care of that. So like that, even though I know how to make the puppets and all, and also for the coloring and all, apart from that one, I'll take forward further actually by giving the new scripts as well with that new technology, by getting involved into new technology. Because I don't want to stop this legacy, but it has to be get continued. It's not only for actually, it should be considered as a family art, but it has to be considered as a Rangaputhali traditional puppet means Rangaputhali style of puppetry, it has to be continued for the next generation as well, maybe for another 50 years or even for an upcoming years or something like that. I want all your support in this one actually, because wherever it is possible, wherever this kind of art can be showcased or exhibited or something, I'm ready to
Right.
come up with this thing.
So maybe we can have a look on the teaching of your of the master puppeteer, like your father's a little clip. Yeah.
Sure.
Have some videos to show us. Let us see.
Can we see that?
ಶ್ರೀರಾಮನ ಮಾರುತಿ ನೋಡಿದ ಜಯ ರಾಮನ ಮಾರುತಿ ನೋಡಿದ
ಶ್ರೀರಾಮನ ಮಾರುತಿ ನೋಡಿದ ಜಯ ರಾಮನ ಮಾರುತಿ ನೋಡಿದ ಶ್ರೀರಾಮನೇ ಲಕ್ಷ್ಮೀ ನಾರಾಯಣನೆಂದು ಶ್ರೀರಾಮನೇ ಲಕ್ಷ್ಮೀ ನಾರಾಯಣನೆಂದು ದೂರದಿಂದಲಿ ವಂದನೆ ಮಾಡಿದ ದೂರದಿಂದಲಿ ವಂದನೆ ಮಾಡಿದ ಮಾರುತಿ ನೋಡಿದ ಜಯ ರಾಮನ ಮಾರುತಿ ನೋಡಿದ ಶ್ರೀರಾಮನೇ ಲಕ್ಷ್ಮೀ ನಾರಾಯಣನೆಂದು ಶ್ರೀರಾಮನೇ ಲಕ್ಷ್ಮೀ ನಾರಾಯಣನೆಂದು ದೂರದಿಂದಲಿ ವಂದನೆ ಮಾಡಿದ ದೂರದಿಂದಲಿ ವಂದನೆ ಮಾಡಿದ ಜಯ ರಾಮನ ಮಾರುತಿ ನೋಡಿದ ಶ್ರೀರಾಮನ ಮಾರುತಿ ನೋಡಿದ ಶ್ರೀರಾಮನ ಮಾರುತಿ ನೋಡಿದ ಜಯ ರಾಮನ ಮಾರುತಿ ನೋಡಿದ ಶ್ರೀರಾಮನೇ ಲಕ್ಷ್ಮೀ ನಾರಾಯಣನೆಂದು ಶ್ರೀರಾಮನೇ ಲಕ್ಷ್ಮೀ ನಾರಾಯಣನೆಂದು ದೂರದಿಂದಲಿ ವಂದನೆ ಮಾಡಿದ ದೂರದಿಂದಲಿ ವಂದನೆ ಮಾಡಿದ ಜಯ ರಾಮನ ಮಾರುತಿ ನೋಡಿದ ಶ್ರೀರಾಮನ ಮಾರುತಿ ನೋಡಿದ. ನೋಡು, ಬೊಂಬೆ ಕುಣಿಸ್ಬೇಡ, ನಿಧಾನವಾಗಿ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಶ್ರೀರಾಮನ ಮಾರುತಿ ನೋಡಿ ಅದು ಇದು ಮಾಡು. ದೂರ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮೆಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ನಿಧಾನಗೆ ದೂರದಿಂದಲಿ ವಂದನೆ ವಂದನೆ ಅನ್ನೋಂತ ತಲೆ ಬರ್ಬೇಕು ಕೆಳಕ್ಕೆ. ಮಾರುತಿ ನೋಡಿದ ಶ್ರೀರಾಮನೇ ಲಕ್ಷ್ಮೀ ನಾರಾಯಣನೆಂದು ಶ್ರೀರಾಮನೇ ಲಕ್ಷ್ಮೀ ನಾರಾಯಣನೆಂದು ದೂರದಿಂದಲಿ ವಂದನೆ ಮಾಡಿದ ದೂರದಿಂದಲಿ ವಂದನೆ ಮಾಡಿದ ರಘುರಾಮನ ಮಾರುತಿ ನೋಡಿದ ಶ್ರೀರಾಮನ ಮಾರುತಿ ನೋಡಿದ ಶ್ರೀರಾಮನ ಮಾರುತಿ ನೋಡಿದ ಜಯ ರಾಮನ ಮಾರುತಿ ನೋಡಿದ ಶ್ರೀರಾಮನೇ ಲಕ್ಷ್ಮೀ ನಾರಾಯಣನೆಂದು ಶ್ರೀರಾಮನೇ ಲಕ್ಷ್ಮೀ ನಾರಾಯಣನೆಂದು ದೂರದಿಂದಲಿ ವಂದನೆ ಮಾಡಿದ ದೂರದಿಂದಲಿ ವಂದನೆ ಮಾಡಿದ ಶ್ರೀರಾಮನ ಮಾರುತಿ ನೋಡಿದ ಶ್ರೀರಾಮನ ಮಾರುತಿ ನೋಡಿದ.
Yeah, but that was a very, very beautiful video. Yeah, we can see that your father was really teaching the children very well with great interest.
Yeah, one more acknowledge, because actually as a traditionally he was he started using the rod puppets and everything, particularly for the schools and all. He has made the puppets into the smaller size, and also the strings have been added to that. It's not like other string puppets. What you can just see it in a Karwar, towards in Karwar or even Uppin Kudru and all, where it is being connected with the 6 strings. He has made it for only for the 4 strings.
Yeah, there's a question here. These are all string, no rods from Dadi. So these are all strings, no rods.
Also for handling the puppets, that too in the school level and everything, it is difficult because even though the puppets weigh about nearly 10 to 12 kg, in addition to that one, each the rods which is using, it comes about nearly 150 to 200 grams of each rod. So altogether the weight will get increased. So to reduce it, he has started making the puppets into the smaller version, a smaller size, where you can just see the Hanuman puppet and also that side is there, no? That's that size. And instead of the rods, he has connected the string to that.
And somebody has commented that Hanuman has 4 legs. Hanuman has legs also. Hanuman has got legs.
Yes.
Yes, Hanuman it has got legs.
Yes. Padmaniji is adding on this. She's saying, in traditional style, the animal forms of the puppet, like Hanuman, Sugriv, Jambuvan, has legs, not Ram or Lakshmana. Thank you, ma'am, for your additional information. And there is a question from Krishna Kumarji. He's asking, sir, can we use the ready-made fiber body for these puppets? Fiber as material, I think.
Fiber it can be, sir, because one thing it has to be, we want here both the thing, one side of a flexibility as well as the stiffness actually. Why we need both the thing actually, as I have told you earlier, it has to be controlled with the Angika Abhinaya, means actually the body motion and also with the like a body movements itself. So for that we want the same kind of a flexibility as well as the stiffness. So we can't use for the fiber bodies. That is one part. Even we tried it in some of the puppets, but it didn't work out. We discontinued it. So instead of that one, even the body also.
So the other thing is there are cotton threads coming from the head, from the arms, and the clothes are tied at the waist of the wooden body. So you need that stiffness, like you just mentioned, and you need these multiple threads to pass through the body to be connected. So it's a fiber body will be difficult to manage all these things, and it might even break sometimes. So yeah, I think he's going to show you how.
Yeah, there is one more question from Dadi. There is a modern puppet character hanging. How does he has legs, and how does it work? There's one more puppet hanging there, no? Modern puppet.
Yeah, that is what Dadi, because actually not on, see, for something in addition to the traditional,
I know.
we have, in addition to traditional, some
Experimental.
concepts actually, yeah, it's kind of experimental. Not only that, sometimes actually if the puppet is which is having with the modern attire and all, if we leave out these legs and all, it won't look nice. So we have started using these things. It is totally given for some, it's a kind of a creating awareness during the COVID and everything, for giving the importance about the vaccination and everything. We have used it, and also we have made it as a doctor for this one, like that. And
so how does it work? Just show how it works.
Yeah, same thing. We wore it on our head. Instead of the long skirt or something like that.
You have the 3 threads, Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara on his
head. And also
Brahma,
2
Vishnu,
iron rods
on his head.
Yeah, 2 iron rods it being connected, and we'll make sure that actually even the foot also touches to that ground level itself.
And the hand is in the chin mudra.
Yeah, same thing, same format. They are not changing the tradition.
You have retained the traditions.
Yeah, same thing with the new look.
Only he is in a suit and boot.
Yeah, and this is about what I was trying. For body part, actually we have made it in this format. Like this. It's a wood only. it's been carved, and also the heads are being connected with the cotton strings tightly, so that the flexibility as well as the stiffness it has to be there. Why the stiffness? Because to handle the puppet, the flexibility is to turn the head towards the side by character whenever it is talking.
Can you show?
And
Can you show some
sure.
movement with him? Yeah. And you sing along with the puppet also, live singing.
Yeah, here it will be, most of the time it will be recorded only, ma'am. Because earlier when my father was doing, actually we have started, we used to give the performances along with the live performances. But here, yeah, most of the time it will be recorded only. See, like this. If at all we want to turn, we hold it like this, and also we turn when we are talking. Similarly, we turn. So for the stiffness as well as for the tightness, we use the wooden body only. Even it also in the face also it turns like that only here.
Yeah, so we loosen the neck part of the cotton thread a little bit, so that the face is a little detached from the body, so you get that flexibility here while manipulating.
Right.
You have to use cotton threads.
Yeah, cotton thread is a very
Cotton threads is very popular, and also the bondage and everything, it will be for the puppets and everything, it will be more, because it gives the nice flexibility as well. Not only that, actually it gives this, it keep hold the puppet with the stiffness.
Right. We have a question in the chat box from Amarjit Kumar. He's asking, sir, what is your opinion about the future of puppetry in India?
Maybe it should be more specific, future of traditional puppetry.
Maybe we can add that future of.
Yeah, because they are working with traditional puppetry.
Yes.
One thing, see, it's not like I don't think actually we have to differentiate the puppetry as a traditional or the modern or whatever it is actually. See, we have earlier when my father he has started with the most of the mythological stories only. After sometimes when he is teaching to the children in the schools and all, he has started using these puppets itself within a smaller size, while for kind of a storytelling, like by using the King Ashoka or something like that. So where even it's not that actually the traditional blend, it's not been outbreak or something, it has continued the same thing within a new version, I can tell. So here what we are doing also the same thing. We are not breaking the traditional legacy or something. We are continuing the same traditional blend, but with a new version, by adopting a new technology into this one. As I had told, if at all, if I wanted to do the puppets with the like a stiff hand or something like that, what others and all they can, even I can make it out. But the one thing is, our identity is a kind of a traditional rod cum string puppetry. That too with the Mudrika style, where it is, I think in 40-50 years ago, when when I was talking to my father, he has told he has mentioned it clearly. Maybe down the line, maybe after 40-50 years, actually, your Rangaputhali puppet will form as this is a kind of a puppetry. Means actually it's a style of the puppetry. So that's now what all the most of the puppet teams which were trained upon or something that irrespective of Bangalore or even Bangalore, not only for Bangalore, even some part of Karnataka and also in overseas also, when these puppets are being seen, it has been identified as Rangaputhali style only. So if the same thing is being continued in future also, irrespective of whatever the puppeteer it is, definitely they will be having the future. But one thing is, in this context, actually, even the government and also most of the NGOs or even for the corporates also, they should come up with the new ideas, because puppetry, it's a kind of a mode of educating or creating awareness to the public. So in this concept, whenever when they are thinking, when passing out the messages through the puppets and everything, it will be easier and also it will be convenient for them to understand.
So it is really commendable that you are carrying on what your grandfather taught your father and what you have learned from your father. The art, the traditional art is being passed on. I do think that there is a place for traditional puppetry in India, and I think you should retain the art form as it is, even if you do some innovative things for the sake of convenience. I don't know what others feel, but I feel there is a place for this kind of a traditional art in India. Would you like to tell us anything more about what your father has passed on to you?
That is what in most of the time he used to mention. Actually, in puppetry, it's a kind of an educational tool. Most of the time he used to mention. It's not only wherever because wherever he goes to the puppetry performances or workshop or something, he used to ask a simple question: how many have you seen the puppet show earlier? Then the question will be, it will be most of the time it will be mute only, because most of the people actually they have not seen the puppetry earlier, or it could be they must be seeing it in a first time. So the puppetry, it has to be shown not only in the mode of entertainment, it has to be used as an infotainment and also edutainment. That's my strong feeling here. Not only myself, even Chaitra and also even Vijay also having the same feeling here.
It is an art form.
It is an art form.
It is an art form, and it should be appreciated for the art. So thank you so much, Manish.
Yes, Dadi is raising hand. He wants to speak something. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You can unmute, sir.
The discussion is becoming very interesting. My question was, before Ratnamala said that what constitutes a tradition? You know, is it just the look of the puppet or the repertoire, the epic, or is the puppeteer and the people behind it? What is it that when we say tradition, you know what? And as you said, that not to differentiate between modern and puppet tradition, because it is a progression, because you use a modern story, but still you're using a traditional style. So there are so many layers here, you know, we need to think because sometimes we say this is traditional, this is modern. The traditional has got 3 strings, modern might have 10 strings, but the language may be the same, as you said, to communicate or to entertain, whatever. This is something that is always, for me, interesting to hear from a group of puppeteers who perform or who retain the traditional style, because most young or youth of traditional families are wanting to try new things. They're wanting to try new material, new production technique, maybe new stories, repertoire, things like that. But always there is some gap, because one thing you learn from childhood, okay, the epic and how to move, the song, the tal, everything. But when you're going into something totally different of using a dramatic story, I think you have done on what's his name with the backdrop. So where does that come in? We did a mentorship in UNIMA some years ago for youth of traditional puppeteers, and who wanted to try new things. You know, shadow puppeteers wanted to try projection, some wanted to try something else. We never started with making a puppet. We started with design, with color, with form, with texture, and then went into making the puppet. So it was very interesting for me to see how a traditional, I don't like to put that stamp, traditional puppeteer or who uses traditional puppetry also uses new new techniques or new repertoire, new stories, things like that. And this is extremely important to carry forward. And as Ratnamala said, there has to be retaining as well, you know. What was very interesting, again, I'm speaking a lot, but this intangible heritage stamp that UNESCO is giving, the person who actually initiated this idea, Sharif Kaznadar, has written a whole book now against it. You know what he said, that when we put this one stamp that this is the tradition, then you are saying it's becoming a museum piece. It's sitting in a glass box. That means anything which is coming after that or is innovated, you're saying is not tradition. So it's very interesting if we can get that book. It's on the UNESCO site, Intangible Heritage in Danger or something like that. But he said it's a two-sided sword. एक side से आप बोल रहे हो कि you know you have to retain the tradition, but when you put that stamp on that tradition, you are saying that this is the be all and end all, and after that it does not grow. And all tradition, I remember Kamala Devi ji also saying that a tradition is alive, it is not a museum piece. So how much dies or how much stays depends on the artist or the puppeteer. So it's something which is interesting always, you know, think about. Yeah, anyway, that's it.
Thank you, sir, for your insight. Thank you. We have a last question in the chat box from Krishna Kumarji. He is asking, the chin mudra is important for the string puppet, or can we make the puppet with open hand?
It can be made with the open hand. It's not like any kind of a restriction is there that actually this one's. But where my great grandfather Nasingappa, he has started doing the same thing. We are continuing the same what do you call same parampara here. Even in his whole lifetime span or something like that, he has not even changed the puppet's hand, or not even for any kind of a comic oriented puppets also. He has not even changed the hands. Even those ancient puppets is also with me now. So even the hands also, it has been made it like that. It's not only that, actually he has started giving that ideology where in most of the people they started using that why these gods have been connected. Instead of that, why can't you use the same string or even a stiffer kind of a titan strings or something like that? Then he has started using, no, in the dance only, in some of the portion it will be kind of a chin mudra. So that's why the same, it has been retained like that. He has given the explanation like that. So same glory, it has been continued to my father and lots of fathers.
Yes,
it's not a restriction is there that we have to use only for chin mudra or anything else. But actually, it's an identity. It's a kind of a signature to our puppet art form.
Right. Thank you, Srinivas ji. Someone asked about the book, and Dadi sir is mentioning the book. It is International DL.
I'll tell you. It says International de la Imagination, blah, blah, blah. Sharif Kaznadar is the famous scholar. He initiated in UNESCO intangible heritage, you know, the stamp. And now he's written this whole book with all the papers saying that what it was meant to be has become something else. And it says in English, warning, the intangible heritage in danger. This book is available on the UNESCO main site. I mean, if somehow everybody can get this book, first part is in French, but the main ideas are in English at the back. It's a very interesting what he has written. And because when they do the intangible heritage, they have to ask all the families different of that culture, and they have to agree, and it's a long process. And as you know, Kuriyattam has got it in India. I don't know what else. Many puppet groups around the world, Sicilian Marionette, Italian glove puppets, they have got the stamp. And it says that when they see that, whenever it was recorded, that this is the pure tradition, okay? And what is after that or coming new, this then becomes what? And the same question, I think UNIMA should show that film again to all our puppeteers. Shankajit Day's documentary on the Odia shadow puppets, In the Shadows of Time, or whatever it's called. The original puppeteers are left behind, and somebody else has taken it and created a new tradition, and it is stamped as the main tradition. So it's a very interesting film. It is not about traditional puppets and how beautiful they are, but it questions as to what is tradition. What is we see? I think Manish, somehow one day you should show that film.
Yes,
Shankajit will give us the link. Yeah.
We can ask him, we can invite him and feature it in one of the session.
Yeah.
Right. Thank you for the suggestion, sir. Okay, so just one last question in the chat box. After that, maybe we can wrap up, Ratnamala ma'am. Question is, why Chinna Mudra?
Okay.
Convenient.
No doubt. Actually, in Kuchipudi dance form and everything, there are many mudras. I think around nearly 14 mudras they use, different mudras, like Hasta Mudra, Shanka Mudra, something like that. If at all we tried it with the different forms and all, we can't connect the rod to that one. That is one thing. So it is very convenient for us for connecting purpose, and also as I have told you, for the manipulation part, it will be convenient. See, there are different mudras are there, like actually Shanka Mudra, Hasta Mudra, like that and all. So if the hands have been carved in this purpose, in this format or something like that, we can't connect to the rods. That is
Right.
that's what
That is a convenience.
I think it is convenient mudra.
Yes.
Yeah, it's convenient for us actually.
Right. And these are also suggested that maybe you can drop your contacts or address in the chat box for the people who want to reach you. And Ratnamala ma'am, can we start wrapping up maybe? It's, yeah.
This was very interesting. Lot of interesting points, lots of thought-provoking questions have arisen about tradition and about the techniques and the innovations and things like that. But basically, I believe that we belong to a country which has strong, rich cultural traditions, and we should be proud of it. As Indians, we should be proud of our rich cultural traditions, our rich art of puppetry, and this should not be lost. And there is a place for it. Definitely, there is an audience, and even though you put up innovations, you do other things and all, I think you should retain this beautiful art form, this beautiful puppetry art. And I wish you all the best. Thank you so much for coming and spending your time. And please put the video links also of the puppet shows that you have made so that we can see them in our free time. We have not been able to see the actual live videos and the video things. So please put the link. And thank you so much. And I think we had a nice ANUBHAV 2 experience. What do you think, audience?
Yes. You can put your video on and you can put your mic on now. Yes, so that we can see the faces and have a screen.
I'll share the videos. I'll share the YouTube video links and everything. You can just go through with that.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Thank you so much and wish you all the best. Anybody would like
Thank
to
you.
say?
Once again, I'm thankful for UNIMA Puppeteers Trust, Ratnamala ji, Dadip ji, and also for Manish for organizing this.
Thank you. Thank
Another
you.
good platform to share my ideas and all, and to talk about my father. I'm thankful to you once again. And
Thank you.
apologize if anything it has been missed out or it is being spoken out or something like that. It's not to hurt anyone and all. I'm sincerely apologize for that, and also I'm thankful for the platform.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, audience, for making it very lively.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.